What's up, YouTube? Just from Team Misplay here. Got Team Member Adam with a new little fun, creative deck that he and Team Member Darian made. It did decently well at locals today, probably with a little bit of fine tuning. It could be something that you could go to locals, have fun with, play with, and still, be pretty competitive. But anyway, here's Adam and here's the deck.
Okay, so once again, just to search out most of the deck. Treeborn Frog, it's a good card. Triple Swap to send frogs to grave. Triple Rodent Totem, it's just good special summoning. Double Dupe, just to search out your frogs. Double Poison, draw frog. Double Mother Grizzly to search out your swaps, and a couple other monsters that we'll get to. Triple Battle Fader. Okay, and then this is what makes this deck a little unique. An Abyss Rising rare Slushy. Now what Slushy does is, when he's normal summoned, you can send a Slushy from your deck to your grave. But if you're doing this, you're probably going to lose the game. Slushy has 0 attack and 0 defense. It's a level 2 water aqua, which means it's a valid mill target for a swap frog. And when you have all 3 in the grave, they actually become live in the grave. Because when you have 3 in grave or in banished combined, you special summon a level 5 or higher sea serpent by banishing one of them. And you can only use that effect once per turn, but it's no big deal. Like, you put a big monster on the field every turn for free, just with a little setup. But today I summoned Slushy twice. The first time was because my hand was that bad, and I had to, because they had Aaron. Otherwise, my Slushy was getting kicked back in the deck if I had set it. Second reason that I summoned it is because I had Rodent Totem and also had a bad hand. So I summoned Slushy, dumped another Slushy, and overlaid for Gotchi Gotchi. But I'll show you how we use this card here in a second. But I play 1 Warrior of Atlantis, trades with Thunder King. You can search your deck for a Legendary Ocean, which we play 3 of, and I'll tell you here in a second. I play Double Sea Lancer. This card is one of the best cards in the deck. If you don't know what Sea Lancer does, once while it's face up on the field, you equip all of or as many as possible, fish, sea serpent, or aqua monsters to Sea Lancer, and then while he's equipped with at least 1 monster, he gains 1,000 attack. And if he would be destroyed, then you can destroy one of the monsters he's equipped with instead. So you can special summon your Rodent Totems by banishing Poison Draw Frog or Dupe Frog, and then summon your Sea Lancer, and then equip all of the monsters that you banished to make those Rodent Totems. And then when he's destroyed, he destroys like a Poison Draw Frog instead, and that'll save your Sea Lancer, and it'll also give you the draw. He also reuses Slushy. If your monsters get banished with Bottomless or something like that, and they happen to be Fish, Sea Serpent, or Aqua, then he can get them back and put them back in the grave, if you need them in grave. So it's a very good card in this deck, and it helps buy time and put pressure on the board and stuff like that.
So, like, you can recycle your Slushies once you say used all 3 to special summon monsters. You can summon a Sea Lancer, equip all the Slushies.
Yeah.
And then all the Slushies go back to the grave, and then they're just there to start special summoning all over again.
Right. And that's ideally what I would have liked to do. If I summon Sea Lancer, I'm more than likely only equipped 1 Slushy, but it's no big deal, because I still got that one extra special summon. The next card in the deck, I have 2 Levia Dragon Daedalus. This card is an old card back from Invasion of Chaos. It's a level 7 Sea Serpent, so that means it's a valid target for Slushy, and it has an awesome effect in that you can send a Yuumi from your side of the field to the grave to blow up the field. He is essentially Judgment Dragon that you special summon from grave. And I don't know, this with a Gachi on the field is just, it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. I don't know what else to say about this card.
Is that also a valid target for a Sea Lancer? Should
yes.
say get deprisoned or bottomless?
Yes. I've actually had this happen. Not when I was testing it today, but just when I would summon one of these with Slushy, my opponent would bottomless. So I would just summon Sea Lancer, and then equip him, and then the Slushy, and whatever else happened to be banished, and they essentially wasted their bottomless. So, or rather, they gave me more fuel for my Sea Lancer, so I could stall for a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. But
and put it back in the grave so that you could reuse it with Slushy again.
Yeah. So I don't know what else to say about this card. This card is just a really good card. It's a 26 beat stick that blows up the field. Mm-hmm. The next card is Ocean Dragon Lord Neo Daedalus. This card is a Nomi monster, and it can only be special summoned from your hand by attributing a Daedalus from your side of the field. That being said, it is hard to get on the field, but its effect is actually a lot better than Daedalus's, because instead of blowing up the field, destroying all cards on the field, he sends all cards on the field and in both players' hands to the graveyard, except itself when you send Yuumi from your side of the field to the grave. So that means you basically will have a 29 beat stick, and you have a 29 beat stick, your opponent's top decking, they likely won't be playing anything that can just use the grave like frogs can. So I can summon this, blow up the field and both players' hands, and then summon 2 Rodent Totems, make Gachi, and attack for 33. So it puts a lot of pressure on the board. And then one last target for Slushy, Poseidon the Atlantean Dragon. This is a card from the newest structure deck. It's a card that most people didn't look at because they probably only bought 3 copies of the structure deck to get their marksmans or dragoons or heavy infantries. But this card is definitely something I see people putting in any Lancer deck from now on, just because it's a Slushy target that's 200 attack points bigger than Daedalus, and you can also special summon it without Slushy by using his own effect. And that's most of the time during the tournament, I just special summon Treeborn, special summon Double Rodent Totem, and then tributed all 3 monsters to summon Poseidon from my grave. And when I did that, I basically Giant Trinated. And if they didn't warning this, then, I got to Giant Trinade whether or not this card got torrentialed or bottomless or whatever. And if it did get warninged, I made them pay 2,000 life points and a card for a free special summon. I didn't use any resources to make this card, and I still have the Rodent Totems in grave, and more than likely other frogs in grave to special summon them again, and then use Poseidon's effect again. So this card is just really good. It actually, I'm thinking about increasing the number of this card in the deck to 2 or something, just so I can get to it a lot more easily. And then 2 cards I didn't run today, but wanted to double trag. Instead I ran Gores and a Screech. Both cards didn't do much work for me, so I'm thinking about just trading them in for trags. And when I find my trags, I will probably switch these out.
Yeah, but those 2 could be any kind of utility cards.
Yeah.
They're really just extra spaces that are in the deck just to even out 40. You do so much deck thinning that you could make those any utility cards that you needed at the time.
Definitely. And then the spells, I play 3 Legendary Ocean. If you're unfamiliar with this card, it also came in the new structure deck. But it's been out there for almost as long as Daedalus is, this came in the same structure deck that Daedalus came in. This card is treated as Yuumi, and then you reduce the level of water monsters, or of all water monsters in both players' hands on the side of the field by 1. And then it gives a 200 attack and defense boost to water monsters. And the level decreasing just means I can normal summon Daedalus if I can't, discard it with Swap Frog. It's easily searched by Warrior of Atlantis, and it I don't know. There's not a whole lot to this card over Yuumi or Lemuria, but
it's more just for the attack boost and the fact that you can normal summon Sea Lancer.
Yeah, normal summoning Sea Lancer without a tribute is really nice.
Yeah, and the fact that because it is treated as Yuumi, you can activate the effects of the Daedalus monsters.
Correct. Something else I noticed, this actually screws up Dino Rabbit, because when they go into Kabazools, when this is on the field, they have to go into a rank 3 instead of a rank 4. And they can't make that Dolka or Logia. They have to make Zenmaines or Leviathan or Temtempo or something. And those cards are not... They're a lot more easy to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And then I play 2 Salvage. Just grab the Lancer, grab the Frog Engine, grab everything out of the grave for more use. Devil MST, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Foolish Burial. So, and that's the main deck. The extra deck is Triple Gotchi and whatever else.
Yeah, basically just utility monsters. Rank 7s if you have Umi. Rank 7s if you don't have Legendary Ocean. Rank 7s if you don't have it. Obviously other 2-stars, but really the important thing is the Gotchi Gotchi and the attack and defense boost that it adds to the deck.
Mm-hmm. You could try Daigusto Phoenix if you wanted to. I didn't have one on me, so I didn't play it. But I imagine that you could go more offensive. Just try it.
Yeah.
Like you said, rank 7s are easily made with the Sea Serpents. Rank 6, also easily made. I wanted to try Tyrus in the deck because a dead Sea Lancer and a Trag, makes Tyrus.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need to get over bigger things, but I didn't have it. I didn't have it today, and I also didn't have Trags, so that's why I didn't play it. And if you're wondering about a side deck, just use monsters and spells, obviously.
Yeah.
And Spiritual Water Art Owie, if you wanted to. Just anything that suits your meta at your locals. Or if you're using it at a tournament, such as a regional or a YCS or something, which if you are using this deck at a regional or a YCS, please tell me, because I'd like to know that. But if you are, just obviously put cards in your sideboard that you would put in your sideboard for a Lancer deck or a Monarch deck. And a couple of the alterations that I was thinking about for this deck, I was considering Caius's just for a more mid-game thing, because I can't go off until late game. So Caius would help, keep my opponent at bay until I got to late game. And I was also considering Light and Darkness Dragon to help reuse the Sea Lancers and to provide a free special summon for the Sea Serpents, as well as just to get a couple extra turns to dig into my deck while my opponent is trying to burn the lad so that they can get over it. I also considered Pot of Avarice, but I don't know how well that's going to go over. I would just Pot of Avarice the Sea Lancers back into the deck so that I can reuse them.
Yeah. Alright, well, if you got any questions, comments, things you want to say about the deck, please be sure to leave it in the comment section below. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, thumbs up the video if you liked it. And remember, it's not a pro play unless it's a misplay.